Yes, everyone, good morning. Sunday morning, match day, 24th of August. Manchester United down in London today. We'll be there for the watch-along later on. But before then, let's get through all the Manchester United news, going through the papers and all of the stories around, well, quite a lot of Manchester United players this morning as well, particularly on the outgoing side of things. We have got an update from Romano on the situation with Seny Lammens and what's going on there with him. We have got updates on other players leaving Manchester United like Rasmus Hojlund and Garnacho as well today. What about that Bruno Fernandes bid that came in? Yes, it is real apparently, but do you think it could happen? I can't personally see it. Well, we'll talk about it anyway and we'll get your opinion on this, but too little too late, and look, we're going to turn down one bid surely. It's going to be the same verdict. I'll go through all of that story with you. Updates on everything leading up to match day today. It's a jam-packed day for you all. Get into the comment section now and let's get on with what's happening with Manchester United. And we are going to start this morning with the news on Seny Lammens. Obviously, that has been the talk of the town over the last couple of days, with Manchester United looking very, very likely now to make their fourth signing of the summer. It is going to be a goalkeeper. Romano has confirmed that it's got nothing to do with the exit of Onana. What this does to Altay, we will see in the coming weeks. But United have been negotiating on Saturday. Romano said yesterday conversations have been good, positive. We know that the player has agreed personal terms and wants to move to Manchester United. There was also two other bids. Inter Milan came in, and yesterday, Galatasaray also made an approach with their bid failing for Edison at Manchester City at the moment. They have tried to come in at the 11th hour and take Seny Lammens, but not happening. He wants Manchester United. This deal is moving forward now, but Lammens is going to fetch a higher price than what Manchester United actually anticipated and wanted. So, again, Manchester United tax looks like it's kicking in here, because there was negotiations starting at around 17 million plus free in add-ons for Seny Lammens. It's now getting closer to apparently 25 all in, so 20 million euros with a likelihood of 5 million in add-ons or something around that mark. Negotiations are ongoing, Fabrizio Romano said, but obviously, it's not at the price United wanted. Again, like if anybody else was coming in for Seny Lammens right now, it would be a straightforward around 15 to 20 million euro transaction done. No, they're trying to sting Manchester United, as every club does, for them last few pennies. But United haven't really got time to negotiate, as we know. They probably thought that they could go in and get this deal done and get it all wrapped up quite quickly. I still feel like Manchester United will get the deal that they want in the end. There'll be add-ons included, but with what we've done before with players like this, I feel like they will be difficult add-ons to achieve, and United will eventually get a ballpark figure of what they want. The structure of the deal is then obviously going to be discussed on top of that, but it is still positive, although the price isn't exactly agreed yet and the deal's not done. Club-to-club talks are ongoing. Contracts not going to be an issue. Already agreed personal terms, ready to go. Lammens wants Manchester United. The added extra in this is that in the bidding process, in the negotiation process, Royal Antwerp have tried to get a little bit more money out of Manchester United. Again, like we have always expected with any Manchester United transfer, there's your tax and there's that extra little bit of money on top that United have to suffer every single time they go in for a player. It looks like this is going to be the case with Seny Lammens as well. So, yeah, no drama, no panic from United. I don't think there's nobody reporting anything like this deal is going to be thrown out or anything like that, because they want more money. It's not a lot more than what originally was being discussed, but Manchester United obviously prepared for these situations and are in negotiations now. The deal will more than likely get wrapped up, probably just over 20 million. In fact, it could be something similar to what we did with Patrick Dorgu when Lecce wanted, 30 million. United got it down to 25. It could go up to 30, but the add-ons are seemingly impossible to get a hold of. United could agree a 25 million fee with Antwerp, but the add-ons, 5 million of them, I'm guessing will be very difficult to get their hands on, and United will be happy to go forward with that. But again, as the price rises, there's more expectation on the player. There's more expectation that he's actually going to start the games. If United are spending this much money on a player, then you'd expect him to feature at some point throughout this season, wouldn't you? So, again, it's going to be interesting to see when he does come in, how quickly he gets integrated into the side and what actually happens with Andre Onana past that. But the interesting part of this today is also, which convinces us that nothing is happening, is that Royal Antwerp have left Seny Lammens out of their matchday squad today. So he will not play. He plays every single game. He's not playing today, which tells you obviously this deal is getting closer. There is now obviously enough in the negotiations for him to be taken out of the matchday squad because of confidence of a signing. And obviously we don't want to have players playing. Well, we're pretty much nearly enough got a deal over the line or negotiated a deal over the line. It happens with every transfer. You all know that, of course. But that is the update on Antwerp's side of things. Out of the squad because of the pending transfer. Negotiating the minor few add-ons and details on the end of this transfer. And obviously personal terms agreed. Expecting movement probably tomorrow from Manchester United. Obviously after game day today. Expect a lot of news to start coming out throughout this week now. And tomorrow is going to be big. Obviously we spoke last night about Rasmus Hojlund's situation. That's developed last night to a point where negotiations are in. Pretty much done now. Offer is on the table. Project has been laid out for Rasmus Hojlund, and it's up to him to make his decision now as to what is happening and what he wants to do. So he has trained all week with Manchester United. He's trained with the first team all week, every single day. No problem at all, but out of the match day squad. Writing again on the walls. It's very similar to Seny Lammens' situation. I think all transfers at this point are going to be negotiated. Communication is there, and obviously if the communications get to a certain level, and obviously negotiations are at a point where it's getting close and players being left out of squads because of pending moves is bound to happen. And I think we're at that with a few now. Obviously, well, not through choice for the likes of Garnacho and Sancho and all of that that's going on, but obviously we're looking at Rasmus Hojlund is going to be key for Napoli going into the season, it would seem. Obviously, they want a fit striker. United want to max out the money that they can for him. I've not seen anything else in terms of price on Rasmus Hojlund so far today. Looking at it at the moment, it looks like loan with option from what most people are saying. I've not heard a full update on Fabrizio Romano since his last one, which means that obviously negotiations haven't got to a certain level with Rasmus Hojlund. Romano's not reporting anymore. He is still by the fact that Napoli are open to the obligation under certain conditions. So we'll see. Obviously, again, like we said, tomorrow is decision day for Rasmus. Apparently, Napoli want this deal wrapped up, pushing hard and want to move very quickly and would like to get Rasmus Hojlund on a plane tomorrow to Napoli to get signed on ready for the season. Obviously, everyone's kicked off now. Season's in full swing and they want another player in as sharpish as possible, and Rasmus has to make his mind up now. I don't know what other offers are on the table. Intermediaries were at the San Siro for Rasmus Hojlund. If the Boniface deal goes down or goes south, AC Milan could still come in with an 11th hour bid for Rasmus Hojlund, is the talk that's going on over in Italy. They're not out of the race. They've just walked away because they didn't want to do the obligation. If Boniface does not happen, or that collapses now, which is a chance of happening in the last week, things like this do go on, and deals do actually collapse. So they are ready to go if Rasmus Hojlund hasn't been taken by Napoli. It's obviously up to him now. He's got to make the decision. Manchester United have said their part. They're in agreement with what they need. It is now all down to the player. And that's what Romano also said last night. So expect movement on Rasmus Hojlund tomorrow. And I think Seny Lammens tomorrow, Manchester United should have all wrapped up and ready to go. Obviously, United have got 2 games this week, Grimsby and Burnley coming up after this Fulham game today. So a busy week for Manchester United, definitely. And I don't know if he wants business done so we can get players in and maybe test them out against Grimsby. A lot of people have said if Lammens is actually in, would it be a good game for him to come into, the Grimsby one? Yeah, I still don't think he's going to be used. I don't think it's going to happen yet for him. It does look like we're in a full-on number 2 situation for Seny Lammens, and there's no rush with Andre Onana. Everyone keeps reminding Manchester United fans and everyone they're reporting to that Andre Onana is still there. It's like, yeah, we know Andre Onana is still at Manchester United. You don't have to tell us that. We have to put up with watching the guy every single week. But a real push for Manchester United to make it clear that Andre Onana is still at Manchester United and is still a big part of the football club. And Seny Lammens is a number 2. They have put that out to the media. They have made sure the media have reported it that way. And that's how it's going to stay until Andre Onana starts dropping clangers. And then they can start bringing him in. I think this is where it's at. And unfortunately, we're going to have to wait for Andre Onana to do what we know Andre Onana is going to do before we see Seny Lammens come into Manchester United starting 11. That's how I see it anyway, and I think that's how it's going to play out. Let's get some comments in on this and your early morning thoughts on everything going on today, everyone. How was your last night? Are you confident going into today? Get talking to me about these transfers. And would you... Well, do you feel like Seny Lammens is going to get done? I think that's an obvious one, but get into this as well. What time of the season do you think Lammens is going to come in? Is it going to be simply waiting around for AFCON to come in, for getting his chance when Andre Onana flies out for that tournament? Is that going to be when we see Seny Lammens in for Manchester United, or do you think it's going to be sooner? Lammens has always been a United fan, says Robert. Lots of confidence in the chat today as well about the game. Very much so. Yeah, there is talks on Garnacho that are coming up as well I'm going to talk about. Will United win today? Question mark. I don't know. I hope so. I had Fulham down for relegation this season, but I know that anyone can beat anyone and on any given day. Well, yeah. We've seen that with Spurs against City. We're going to be talking about that over on Football Talks. Don't forget, straight after this show, it's a double live this morning on Sunday morning. We're going to be doing this live, and then we're going to be going straight across to Football Talks as well. So we'll see you over there when that kicks off as well. And we are talking about Spurs and City. We had an all right day as a United fan yesterday, but still, I think get our win out of the way first, hopefully today, and then we can start laughing at City properly. I'm not going to laugh at City's situation before we have played our game, because that always backfires on me. So, yeah. I don't think VAR is actually working. Haven't seen it being used. What's going on? It is actually working, I think. Let's see what else we've got in here. There's not much more conversation, really, about Seny Lammens. I think everybody just wants this deal to be done so we can just move on and move forward. I think that's where most of the Man United fan base is right now with this. I think with him coming in, I think it just gives us that little bit of hope from behind Andre Onana. If things start to go south, like say for instance Manchester United went into this season without a goalkeeper, I think everybody's going to be just a little bit worried as to how the season pans out. Knowing that we've got an option now, if we sign Seny Lammens, I think that will be, I think, just a little bit more of a comfort for Manchester United fans. A little bit of something there in the background that's just going to support what's actually going on. Annoying that we have to pay a little bit more, but also you've just got to remember this is just what Manchester United have to deal with, and they probably would have prepared themselves for this to happen. But Lammens is looking good and looking like this one is now going to move forward in the next couple of days anyway. It won't be today. Too much going on, game day and everything like that. I'm guessing this week there's a lot going to go down. Will Bruno Fernandes be here? I'm pretty confident he will be. Well, you'd have seen the headline. There is another bid, apparently, that has come in for Bruno Fernandes. The story reads, Manchester United has just received a bid from Al Ittihad for Bruno Fernandes, and it comes in the last 24 hours. We understand the bid is around 90 to 100 million pounds. The interesting part, Manchester United is leaving the decision entirely up to Bruno. They're not going to stand in his way if he wants to make a move. It's a big moment for him. Does he stay and fight for his place at United, or does he take the plunge and explore a new adventure in Saudi Arabia? I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, honestly, United leaving it up to Bruno, I get that side of it. We just know that Bruno's going to say no because he's already said no this season. Al Hilal have tried already. Al Nassr are apparently ready to go for him for next season. Why would Bruno Fernandes accept Al Ittihad's offer now in the last week of the transfer window? It's not going to happen. It's why you can look at stories like this and just go, yeah, okay, whatever. It's not, like I said, I'm not saying it's not genuine. I'm not saying there's nothing in it, but this would have been a deal that had to have been done months ago, weeks ago, in fact, for Manchester United to prepare. What's the point in United taking a bid now when they haven't got anyone to replace Bruno Fernandes with? Yes, you could say that there are other players that we could go out for and get, but we know that we can't get them players because them clubs are also in a position where they're not going to sell any of their prize assets in the last week of the transfer window. So Bruno Fernandes to Saudi Arabia, maybe talk about that next summer. But right now, Bruno Fernandes is going nowhere and he's preparing for Manchester United's season. So, I mean, does anyone actually think in the live chat, and obviously if you're watching later on as well, get your comments in on this, anyone actually thinks that United would be stupid enough to actually accept a bid for Bruno Fernandes right now? I'm just going to tell you, not personally, but I think I speak for everyone when I say it's not going to happen. Otherwise, it would have already happened. So, yeah, no, Bruno Fernandes is going to be on the pitch today for Manchester United. He's not going to be going to Al Ittihad. There's no chance that he's going to accept that bid. Yes, it's a lot of money, but that should have happened ages ago in this transfer window, and then Manchester United could have prepared for what comes next. United are not leaving it up to Bruno Fernandes, I don't think. I mean, look, they might just say that, knowing that Bruno's just going to say, "Are you stupid?" No. It's crazy. I'm only talking about it because it is in the reports. It is in all of the stories this morning as well. Just have to mention it again. But it just goes to show that Bruno Fernandes next summer is really a possibility. I think this gets revisited straight away. I mean, everybody knows that players that get into a certain age would look towards the Saudi Pro League. I'm not saying Bruno's deteriorating, but obviously playing at the highest level the way he does, he's going to attract attention from all over, and I think Manchester United looking at a 30-plus-year-old next summer with I think only 2 years left on his contract, I think it is, or maybe even one. I have to double check that actually, but they might just cash in on him, and that's their summer paid for next summer for Manchester United. With everything else that's going on, that on top, I think it would be the right time for Bruno to go. Personally, I think he's done enough for Manchester United. I don't think we're going to be, well, I'd be loving it if we were in the Champions League next season. And I think that's how Bruno Fernandes would stay at Manchester United. If we got to the Champions League this season, I think he would want to stay. Because it's one big thing, one big achievement, one last time to play in the Champions League. I don't see him going to any other European club. I think it will be him saying goodbye. But, look, I think next summer is when we look at Bruno, and I think next summer is probably a realistic sort of time where he actually leaves. So I feel right now, yeah, Bruno, complete and utter garbage. I think there's interest there, but United would never sell him because they can't bring anybody else in. There'd be absolute suicide doing it right now. DH says, Bruno ain't going nowhere. It'd be good if he did and we were able to get a proper midfielder instead, though. Shame, though, because he's been great overall. We just can't sell him now. That's the thing. I think Ruben has changed his mind and prefer him to move on so he can get his Baleba. I don't think so, Lawrence, because I don't think Brighton would sell. And so if Bruno goes next summer and then we can get Baleba, I think that is realistic and I think that could happen. Block is having a summer barbecue party at his today, so he's inviting everyone around. Let's see what else we've got in here. Graham says that is absolute garbage when it comes to the Bruno story. I think the story is genuine, but I just feel like he's just not. Like I said, I think there's interest there, but I just don't think it is really big enough to even talk about in detail. I think we just laugh it off, to be honest. Ricky says, last day deals have happened for years, so can't see why we can't do deals with Bruno. Money in the last days. Brighton of Albion probably already have targets in place for Baleba. I just don't see it, Ricky, mate. I don't think that there is any chance United now, with the plans that Bruno's put in place, so Ruben's put in place, that United are going to make this happen. I just see it as a no-go. By the way, the poll is running right now. 90% of you are actually feeling that United are going to win today, which is great. I'm loving the fact that the fan base is very confident right now. Obviously, more talk on the game later on, but I think we're going to know very, very quickly when that game starts how the game is going to go down. It's going to be one of them. The signs are going to be there. Don't forget, Watch Along starts later on. We're going to be covering the whole game, everybody. So make sure that you are there later on here on YouTube for the Watch Along. Join us and have your say. I think we're in for a right old game today, you know. I do. I think it's going to be one of them ding-dong games. Just got a feeling. Bruno Casemiro is one of the worst midfields in the EPL. No legs. Well, it has got legs, Al, because Bruno works and runs more than anybody else. I don't know why you would say it's the worst in the Premier League because it's got no legs. You could probably talk about combination-wise and it working together in terms of what both players bring, but not legs, mate. Like Bruno works harder than anyone in the league. Right, moving on to other news. Garnacho and where we're at with this bid. Romano has also said, again in his piece and his video, that Garnacho, obviously, as we know, is waiting for Chelsea. Manchester United hoping that Tottenham do come in with an 11th hour bid for him as well. And it gets something going up with, well, it gets something going with a kind of bidding war. That, I think, is where we're at with Garnacho in Manchester United's eyes. But in Garnacho's eyes, I just think he knows where he's going. He's going to Chelsea. But there are stories around today that the bid for Chelsea is now creeping up a little bit to a more realistic number. I think the number going around at the moment is approximately 45 million, which I think does get their deal done. I think Manchester United would even go in on that. And I think that works for United. So I think with Garnacho, it's always been a case of what Manchester United can get out of Chelsea once they've sold Nkunku and Jackson. Nkunku looking likely to leave very soon. And Jackson, again, this week, we are waiting on that because they need the money because of this UEFA sort of sanction that's got going on. They've got going on right now. But Garnacho, I feel, I think he is going to be in and around that 40-45 million pound mark. I think United will be accepting of that. I think there will be a sell-on. But that's the number that's going around on Garnacho at the moment anyway. Obviously, we've been down as low as 25 million at one point. But again, now it's gone up again. Nobody really knows what's being discussed between United and Chelsea. We've heard about players being thrown in there. Obviously, Santos was one of them players. That was kiboshed by Romano. And I think it's just going to be cash sale, no swap. In around 40-45 million, this deal will get done for Manchester United, and Garnacho will be out of our hair completely. And that, I think, is obviously the only way that we can move forward, I think, with Garnacho. There's no way that he comes back to Manchester United. There's no way that Ruben wants him back at the football club. And we just, as a fan base, I think, are happy that we've got 1 week left to go because it will end the saga. That's the only bit. I'm not even bothered. I don't want to talk about Garnacho anymore. I don't want to talk about the deal. All I want to talk about is when the deal is done and Garnacho is out of the door. That, I think, is crucial for Manchester United now, just to move forward. All of this crap that Ruben is just telling the media that he knows deep down that Garnacho is going to go. He's not accepting him back. He's just saying the necessary stuff, like, for instance, Ruben's press conference about bringing these players back in, integrating them back into Manchester United. If no one comes in for a bid, they're gone. They're gone. They're definitely out of here. I cannot see that having any sort of effect on Ruben Amorim this season because United know, and I think Ruben's made it clear that he is not going to play in this team and he won't be integrated back in, I don't think. I think the fallout is that deep. It is very similar to where we're at with Marcus Rashford right now. And Jadon Sancho the same, like Ruben said, that there is no relationship anymore. It is broken between player and football club and no return. That's what's happening. And that, I think, is, what everybody already knows within this fan base is that they're going to get the same treatment as the other players did last season, like Sancho's had before, like Rashford's had before. There's form for it. And I think the good thing about what happened with Sancho and Rashford has just shown the rest of these players like Garnacho that can happen again. No matter how big you are, you can be isolated and not play at all. Like Sancho had it for months. Rashford had it for months. Garnacho will get the same treatment. And he's not going to get away with anything. That's, I think, was the best thing that happened for Manchester United in them fallout, especially now going into negotiations in this transfer window. Excuse me, tickly voice, tickly throat. I think they've been able to confidently go right down to the wire with these transfers, knowing that they are comfortably in position to allow these players to just rot, like they have done with the names that I've just mentioned there. And they know, the players know this. And so it's up to the player to actually make a deal happen. The players tried to string it along right until the end of the window. That's fine. Go for it. Try your best. It's not worked. And then we get to this point now and we are all in. And I think it will come to a head. And I think Garnacho is probably just going to push this move forward to a point where United get in and around the ballpark figure that they want. And then everybody's happy. I cannot wait for this window to end. Honestly, I'm done with it now. Absolutely done with it. One more player in. I just want to concentrate on the football. I want to concentrate on what's happening on the pitch so we can really get that conversation going again. But I just can't wait for this week to be over. I've never wanted an international break to come so much in my life because everything will be done. We'll know where we stand with these games coming up. We'll know where we are with the squad and who's come in and who's left. And we can just look forward to football. Like Zayn has with his super chat, talking up Arsenal again. Did you see our masterpiece against Leeds? Yeah, a championship side that have just come up in your first home game of the season, mate. Where was you last week, Zayn? Where was your masterpiece and your super chat last week, my man? Yeah, Leeds at home. Good for you, mates. Even Ollie managed 5 against Leeds when they came to Old Trafford on the opening day. So I wouldn't brag about it too much. Yes, you've got a very strong squad, but bigger fish to fry, I'm afraid, for you boys yet. So don't get too carried away, although you are 100% on top of the league. It sounds pretty stupid of me, actually, having to go back at an Arsenal fan right now, doesn't it? But, yeah, I'm just saying to him, when was your last week, mate? Like, you've got to be a bit bolder. And you got to come on when you've actually not done too good. He also says, I think Eze will get more goals than Sesko. Easy for a fan to say with a team that's actually working well at the moment and has everything in place. Yeah, I don't think so, though, mate. Andreas with the super chat says they can be integrated into the under-21s or home. As that's to be honest, I don't think you're ever going to see. There's no player going to play with the under-21s. None of the bomb squad's going to feature with the under-21s. By the way, not going to happen. They're just not going to play football. I think that's Man United's stance on this, and I actually feel like they would be quite happy for this to happen. Manchester United as well. I do. I think they want to make a point this summer that the old days are gone, and I don't think the club would want them to ruin what they've got going right now. Both the under-21s and under-18s this season so far are unbeaten. 2 wins from 2. Yesterday, I watched the under-18s. Kai Rooney getting his first under-18s goal. JJ Gabriel, another 2 goals. Brilliant second goal, by the way. The under-18s are an absolute class act. They have got ballers and some in that team. They are absolutely flying right now. And the future, again, is bright for Manchester United. But JJ Gabriel, Kai Rooney, 14 and 15, playing in the under-18s and scoring goals, making it look easy. That is a scary thought going forward. So, yes, I feel like we have got that side of our game all sorted. And Manchester United are pretty much set at academy level right now. We have a brilliant structure there and brilliant people working there. And I think that's only going to be beneficial. I just hope that Ruben's around to actually take advantage of it. And that brings us back to what's happening right now and the need for results today against Fulham and the need for getting players in and getting players out of the door, because this season is going to be huge. Right, into some more comments. I've seen a load coming through here. First match was a warm-up. Wait for Ezedino. God, settle down, mate. Settle down. Giddy kipper. I mean, Zane's about as giddy and as, I'll say cringe sometimes with his comments. He won't mind me saying that because he's an Arsenal fan. I mean, did you see the video for Eze? Oh, my God. Like, Arsenal, just stop with your cringe fest this season with these videos, these unveiling videos. What's going on? The Gyökeres one was embarrassing. The Eze one, oh dear. Yeah, Say no more. If you haven't seen it, go on social media and watch it. It'll make you feel better about your day, knowing that you're not an Arsenal fan. Oh my God. Garnacho will play against us at Old Trafford on the 20th of September. I wonder, aren't we playing? Have we got them at home? Yeah, it is at home. Actually, you're right, Block. I wonder what kind of reception he will get from United fans. We will put 4 past Fulham today. Block, I'm liking the confidence, mate. Hopefully you're there later on for the watch-along as well, or have it on in the background while you're having your barbecue, mate, watching. I'll do the commentary for you, mate, on the day. Just tell people to cover their ears when something bad goes wrong. Melissa says, we need to score first today. Stop Fulham playing a system of 10-1. A system of 10-1. What's that? 10 men behind the ball and 1 up front. I don't know what that means, Melissa. I'm guessing that's what it is, backs to the wall. As in, like, them scoring first and then they just pack out the defence, probably is what you mean on that one, isn't it? Donnarumma has agreed personal terms with Spurs, apparently, with City, apparently. I'm not surprised after James Trafford's performance yesterday for Manchester City. But, look, I think there's an opportunity for United today to actually put their own little marker down. Do you know what I mean? Everyone else has had a pretty decent start when you look at it, apart from Villa. Good God, they're very bad. But, yeah, you look at Spurs doing what they've done. Chelsea put theirs down. Arsenal did theirs. Liverpool, City was last week. They've all had these big wins. But, again, like if United just beat Fulham today, just get themselves up into that top half of the table, I think that that would then give us confidence. Beat Grimsby. I think we'll beat Burnley at home. And I said it last night. Going into that Manchester derby with... we could actually be going ahead of Manchester City in that Manchester derby if we win these next 2 games. That's how it's all turned around already so early in the season. That would be a first, and that would be a massive confidence boost, I think, for Manchester United as well. Let's see what else we've got in the chat here. Keep your comments coming in, everybody. I can have a go at Zane if you want. Yes, he's there for everyone to have a go at. That's why he comes in, tries to wind everybody up. Just watched the Gyökeres 1. It was cringe as F. They deleted Partey video. Most deluded fan base by a mile. Look, the 2 from 2. I'm not going to have a go at Arsenal fans right now for feeling a bit bullish off the back of a 5-0 win. Not conceded a goal yet this season. Strong defence. And sitting pretty right up there at the top of the table. So I'm not really going to have a go. I can't have a go in their position, but... Again, like, all I'm bothered about is Manchester United. We played well against Arsenal last week, and I just want things to move forward now. I want Manchester United to show that we can play that way against a smaller team, and that's what today is going to bring. It's exciting to see what comes out. It's intriguing to see whether United turn up like they did last season against smaller clubs, and it be the same old, same old. If it is, then we'll be talking after the game this afternoon with a lot of very concerned Manchester United fans. It's going to be a hard game. I don't think anybody's taking Fulham for granted, but they just want to see Manchester United play again. They want to see Manchester United continue what they did against Arsenal, play decent football, and hopefully get the win. Because if we get the win today, it just puts a lot of the drama to bed. We'll beat Grimsby. We're into the next round of the Carabao Cup. You've got that to come, and then obviously you've got Burnley on Saturday. And we can win them 3 games now. Manchester United are in a decent position. After the transfer window finishes, Lammens comes in. Business done. Deadwood out. Bomb squad gone. United are settled. And here we go. Season starts proper. And it's Manchester City. And we could be getting City at a good time. So... yeah, that City game now has got extra spice on it. If United can just get some wins and then we're going into that game with a bit of momentum, then it really turns it into an even bigger game, doesn't it? Dowman is a new level. Lamine Yamal. I'll raise you with JJ Gabriel on that one, buddy. I've watched him play. He's a great player, Dowman. He really is. Watched him in the under-18s last season. Very, very, very good player, and another good one for Arsenal. Can't really argue with prospects coming through and what Arsenal do on that side of things. It's very good. But again, I think United are right there with their academy players. Let's see what got in here. Gary says, on the way to Craven Cottage, good man. I'm not sure what to expect. At least we have a real good record at Craven Cottage. I quite like Ezra's video. To be fair, it wasn't that as bad as the Sancho playing the piano. No, I think Manchester United stopped videos as soon as we did that Sanchez one. That was pitiful. That was absolutely horrible. Can't believe United actually tried to pass that off. It was embarrassing. It really was embarrassing. And I just hope that we never go down that road again. Yes. Ruben Amorim was talking in his press conference, embargoed version of his press conference. Simon Stone has just released a bit of this. Saying Manchester United improved physicality, and what Ruben was saying about that. You can see that is the fact, because we can see with the data then with confidence, sometimes you react a little bit sooner, and you are near the ball. Against Arsenal, we were sometimes building up, but we had to kick the ball. And sorry, I've not got the full thing up on front of me. Let me open up the full page. Building up, but we had to kick the ball, and we can see the reaction of the players in the second ball. The duels were and are stronger. We are recovering positions faster. I remember at least 2 times in the corner. One time with Odegaard running with the ball, and you can look at our players. We are sprinting full power. Even Casemiro, he's a different pace. I think what he's saying there, he's trying to say, is a bit of translation breakdown there, I think, that we need to do. But what he's trying to say is there, I think Manchester United's reactions, the strength and the physicality factor. He thinks that Casemiro, I think he's bringing up Casemiro there because Casemiro is known as not the fastest. Let's just say that. We had the comment earlier on the show, didn't we, of someone saying that Casemiro's legs in midfield, probably the worst Premier League midfield. I think it was Al, actually, who said it in the chat. But he's even mentioning Casemiro there as running faster now, saying like he's probably like making the point that Bruno's not known as the fastest in midfield. But yeah, I think Ruben feels confident within what he's done this summer and the way that he's got his players right now. And with all of the new signings, I've said this all the way through the summer, like the players that we had last season have to improve. Now, of course, you're going to be looking at players that didn't play well last season. There are quite a few of them in Manchester United. Like Casemiro wasn't great throughout the season. Dalot was very average last season. Does Dalot start again today against Fulham? Are we going to see Ahmad today? Is Ahmad going to be on the bench? Does Sesko start the game today? Does Ahmad move into the number 10? Where is Bruno going to play? When does he move into 10? And when do the changes happen? All of this again today, I think, is going to be intriguing, because it's easy to set up a team to counteract someone like Arsenal and take the game to them. And I think what Ruben's saying there is we took that confidence in that approach and took the game to Arsenal in the end and dominated them. We did. We just couldn't score a goal, which is the problem last season. Can we do that against a team that's going to do the same thing to us? Now, Arsenal came to attack and play their game. We nullified them and we took our game to them. Fulham are going to come at it in a completely different way today, and it's going to be very difficult, because all you're going to get is an energetic, well-organised team that's just going to go out there to stop Fulham playing and prey on that Manchester United error. And that's the big concern, because that's what everybody does with Manchester United. They know that eventually Manchester United will make a mistake. Can they be combative, and can they get in front? If a team goes in front against United, they've always got a chance. And the odds will be stacked in their favour of coming out victorious in the game if that is the case. And I think that's what everybody's fearing in the Man United fan base. If United score first, we're always in with a chance. If we go behind, everybody's worried. Everybody's worried. Right, into the chat we go again. Please like the video, by the way, everybody. Creeping up to the 500 like mark. Absolutely mega. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Busy day of content, everybody, today. Okay, a couple more super chats in from Glenn. First of all, will we see if Zayn has the same energy next week after Arsenal play Liverpool? I think Arsenal have got a chance against Liverpool. I'm not rating Liverpool's backline one bit. I think Arsenal can worry at Liverpool. You'd expect him to give him a game anyway, but I'd actually put Arsenal down as favourites to beat Liverpool. Even at Anfield, I would. That's simply because I just don't rate where Liverpool's defence is. Look, Liverpool could go out against Newcastle tomorrow night and blow us all away. And I might be thinking, oh, hang on, that might be different. But from what I watched so far, Arsenal's defence is solid. Liverpool's isn't. And Arsenal's attack is starting to get it together. Liverpool's attack is great and has already got it together. But I think both sides of Arsenal's game is there. Liverpool, only one part. Now, let's just see, first of all, like, if they go out and absolutely smash Newcastle to pieces tomorrow night, then I'll probably be looking at it a different way. But I think Liverpool I think you can get at Liverpool. And until they sign another centre-back and sort that back line out, so obviously there's a Frimpong apparent injury now as well. So I think there's an opportunity, and it's probably a good time to play Liverpool. Fitch Nutrition, welcome along, mate. Good to have you back in the chat, mate. Thoughts on Ruben's Sky Sports obsession interviewing him every day, feeling like Sky's trying to catch him out and throw him under the bus? It's because it's Manchester United, mate. They want a headline and there is nothing else to talk about. They're praying that Manchester United don't actually get a decent result today. All of the media are hoping that the circus continues because United sell pages and United sell... United sell subscriptions, don't they? People want to watch Manchester United lose. People want to watch how Manchester United managers interview what's happening with the players. United are organising themselves at the moment, I feel, and behind the scenes, things are changing at this football club. And the media, the mainstream media, just don't like it because it's not fun to talk about Man United doing well. Nobody's as interested if United are doing well. They're scared if we're actually being good, if we're actually good again. And I just feel like everybody's pushing on to United to be bad. They want us to be bad because it's funny and it's fun to watch one of the biggest clubs in the world be bad again. So, yeah, that's where I think it's at. And I think everybody's looking at this and just going, Ruben's going to end up breaking down eventually. He's going to end up saying something. He's confident. He's always nice to talk to. Everybody loves him. He's dead honest. I think everybody's waiting for that Ruben explosion, I think, in the media. And the amount of interviews this man has to do is ridiculous. But let's just see. You can already see him snapping back at some journalists at the moment in certain press conferences. I think there will be the fiery side of Ruben coming out very soon. He's got his feet under the table now. He knows what it is to be Man United manager. He knows what's coming. He knows the pressures. And I think he's getting a bit sick and tired of the same questions coming in at the moment. And I think there is going to be one of them big Ruben moments coming up. Hope it's not today because it's been a straightforward game. I hope Manchester United get the job done today and get the win. And we can just stick that middle finger up to everybody. I mean, let's have a look at the Premier League table as it is now and what we can actually do. Right, fully updated table. Arsenal sat pretty at the top. Oh, God, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, the first three. Oh, God. Right, so Manchester United in the relegation zone. Not for long. God, a few people clinging on to that. Manchester United with a win today could go, if we get a good win today and results go our way, obviously also with the other games today, I'm not forgetting them. But what have we got today? You've got Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest are playing today. That is a really interesting game. I'm intrigued to see how that goes. Obviously, it's us against Fulham. I think the other one is Everton Crystal Palace as well. No, Everton Brighton, I think, is the other game. But United could go as high as 5th. No, actually, Manchester United could go 4th today. It's highly unlikely because we need a very big win. But with Liverpool playing tomorrow, Manchester United could make the top 4 today. Check that out. If results go our way, we could actually be in the top 4. And a top 4 race is on. United would definitely have to score more than 3 goals for that to happen, though. But we could actually climb all the way up to 4th. That's what a win today does. And can you imagine Man United fans having to deal with being in 4th position? Like, with nosebleed territory, isn't it? That's where it would be. But that's there. That's the importance. And I know it's only game 2. I know there's a long way to go. But just to actually see Manchester United up there, it just gives us the confidence. Like, you've already played Arsenal. You've got that game out of the way. You've gone to a tough game against Fulham away from home, playing some tough teams. And to be in and amongst it, a few games in, like when we beat Burnley, we could secure a place in the top 4 with these next 2 games against Fulham and Burnley. I know what you're all thinking. Adam, stop talking now, because this is just going to be one of them reverse psychology moments and it's just going to go the opposite way. Everything's going to go wrong. It's the typical Manchester United fan talking up his chances before a game, and then the reality is when the game starts, we get that big slap in the face and come back down to earth moments. United are still crap. I'm hoping that isn't the case. I really do think that we can win the game today. I do. I don't know how he's going to play it. Intriguing positions for me in this, and I'll talk about this later on as well. The ones that we need to look out for, I feel, if Dalot starts over Ahmad, who's going to start in goal, and if Benjamin Sesko is starting up front, I think the rest of the team will take care of itself. I think it'd be highly likely it's a very similar lineup, I feel, to the one that started against Arsenal. I think Ruben liked it. I think he liked the energy of it. And the comments that he made about Benjamin Sesko over the last couple of days tells me he isn't going to just throw him straight in there. So I think he's chomping at the bit to get on the pitch, Sesko. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts if he doesn't. But they're the key positions. I think the goalkeeper, Dallow's position with Ahmad. Does Ahmad come in? And do we get Benjamin Sesko on the pitch? I think that will be for Mason Mount coming out. But let's not forget, Mason Mount was brilliant against Arsenal. And I don't think there've been many Man United fans bothered if Mason Mount starts the game today. I don't. I think he deserves to start the game today, personally. I thought it was the best that he's played in a Man United shirt against Arsenal. And that, I think, goes down well with Ruben Amorim. I think we know that he loves him. Even when he wasn't available, he loved him. I just think because he's had a really good game now, I think Ruben is going to use Mason Mount a lot more than what we're expecting him to this season. I just think he can't drop Mbeumo and Cunha. And Mount doing what he did in that game, I think that energy and that movement up front, and that intensity between them three, I think Ruben loves that. And I think the weapon is Sesko, maybe off the bench. Look, I would love it if Sesko started. I'd love to see what he can do from the start. I think he's going to just mess around with it a little bit for a bit longer. I actually feel like it's going to be... I think Mason Mount will start. I'm convinced Mason Mount will start again in the game today. I think Sesko might be on the bench. But I would love it if Sesko did start. I mean, you've invested a lot of money and a lot of time into bringing Sesko in. Surely you're going to bring him in at some point. 90% of you with over 2,000 votes think that United are going to win today, by the way. I'm loving the confidence. I'm hoping we can take this into the game later. Don't forget, and we are doing the watch along later here on Forever United TV, here on YouTube. Things are coming and we are building up, and we are going to be doing some big changes on the channel. I mentioned this the last couple of nights as well in different shows. We are going to be doing a lot more. So, yeah, be involved. Don't forget, later on as well, everybody, we are going to be doing our match bingo, our match day sponsors back in action today. We are going to get, I'm telling you right now, we are going to get a winner on match bingo. It is going to happen. And we are going to, I think, get a winner today on Forever United TV for match bingo. So all you got to do, scan the QR code on your screen or go into the description, click on the link. Download the app and then make your account completely free. Deposit as little as £5 and that will be boosted instantly as a new customer by Match Bingo. All you have to do then is pick the game you want to play bingo in. Pick Manchester United against Fulham. You can get 5 cards for the price of 4 right now. And also, if you enter the promo code FUTV, all capitals, you boost your chances of winning by 200%. So now is the best time to get on Match Bingo. Scan that QR code when it comes up on your screen. Click on the link. We'll get the mods to put it in the live chat as well. All you've got to do is watch the game out and Match Bingo will tick off your match events as the game goes on. It could be a throw-in, could be a goal in a certain minute, a substitute in a certain minute. If that's on your card, it gets ticked off and you're on your way. Get 5 in a row as a line like you would in bingo, 25 quid. Double that with another line. And if you get the jackpot, anything up to £300 can be won today in the Fulham game with Manchester United. So Get on it, everybody. You are missing out if you haven't already. It is absolutely brilliant to play. Loads of fun. And you can just have a laugh with your mates while playing along to the game as well. And that's what we have done. And we do it on the watch along. And we're going to be doing it again today. So that's, I've popped the link, pinned it up there in the live chat for you as well. So get on to that, everybody. That pretty much wraps things up for this morning, everyone. It's all really leading towards the game. The transfers will take care of themselves tomorrow. But for the rest of today now, unless anything big does break on the transfer side of things, it's full steam ahead, Manchester United, down at Craven Cottage. That's all that matters now for everybody. So make sure that you are there. I'll keep you updated with every other bit of content coming out. Just stay tuned for the whole day. Any video could pop up at any moment. So we'll see you all later on, hopefully. Only chance for today will be Onana in goal, it says Andreas with the super chat. Only change for today. I hope he doesn't let us down. I really do. But we'll see. All full steam ahead. Manchester United, Fulham, Craven Cottage. I'll see you all there later. We are going to be moving across now to Football Talks, everybody. So I'll see you over there. You will be redirected. Thank you, everybody, for being part of the show. Thank you for all the comments. Please like the video. Please make sure you pop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, everybody. I will be over on Football Talks in just a moment's time.